Hello, and welcome to our presentation for Your Mac First. During the COVID-19 outbreak, roughly 71.5% of medical workers in Wuhan, China experienced some sort of psychological distress. Medical workers are significantly more likely to experience psychological distress during this pandemic. Long shifts, uncertainty, lack of equipment, and the higher risk of contracting COVID-19 themselves can take a toll on their mental health. So, how might we provide medical responders with timely and user focused emotional well being tools and resiliency resources to alleviate psychological distress and mitigate their grief and loss throughout disaster and pandemic responses?
This is Your Mask First, a well-being app that promotes first responder resilience. Essentially, we're trying to make it easy for the medical community to access resources and tools to help them in various areas to buffer or mitigate psychological distress. Each page has a crisis button on the bottom right side that links to the disaster distress helpline for immediate support. There are also links for immediate psychological first aid tools. After you log into the app, you're encouraged to take the Wellness Wheel quiz. The Wellness Wheel is a developed psychological tool used in the community that categorizes wellness into 8 categories. These are emotional, social, physical, environmental, spiritual, occupational, financial, and intellectual. And the idea is that as humans, having wealth or security in these categories is necessary for your well-being. We created questions based on it to assess the user's strengths and weaknesses in each category. At the end of the quiz, the results are shown along with feedback and a link to the user's weakest areas that has tools, steps, and resources to address that need. This was done to provide control in a situation where that is often not felt.
The 8 sections provided assist the user in addressing their needs based on their Wellness Wheel results. Let's look at the emotional page now. All sections have buttons at the top that allow you to navigate to the resource based on how much time you have available. Need It Now resources like these are examples of specific offerings that support the unique stressors of the medical community. These are research-backed resources that mitigate long-term mental health effects. All sections also include free community resources that are offered by partner organizations for medical workers and their families like Headspace Premium. The Get Help section welcomes people to seek additional professional counseling if desired. Here, we reiterate the crisis button if users want to speak to a professional immediately. Finally, we briefly explain the process of telemental health and connect users to free telecounseling platforms like NeuroCore Counseling, Talkspace, or WISA that are offering free services. Finally, the profile section shows the Wellness Wheel history and progress. You can sign up for notifications that provide positive affirmations or self-care encouragement, and can retake the Wellness Wheel quiz again or complete micro-journaling with guided prompts.
Join Your Mask First as we build an emotional well-being app for medical workers. They've told us that we're worth it during COVID-19. Will you help us tell them that they're worth it too?